Hello, don't worry, it's Joe. What's up, y'all? I had to come on here and make this video. I tried to make the video yesterday about, hold on, let me close my, get out. This cat is messing with my tripod. Come here. This is Ludacris right here. This is my sister's cat. He be trying to mess with the tripod sometimes, but it's all good. But anyways, I tried to make this video yesterday and I put together a whole script. You know what I'm saying? You know, I was trying to be more detailed. I started editing it, making it all right. But my audio file got corrupted. So maybe that's just a sign that I need to just go off, spit off the top of the head and not worry too much about what I'm saying and just let it go. So, yeah, I was talking about, the title of the video was It Is Easy. And what I meant by that is a lot of times you hear people, all right, you got to go, man, because you keep messing it up. Come on. He had to be deported. But anyways, a lot of the times you hear people say, oh, they always just say the saying, well, if such and such thing was easy, then everybody would do it. And I feel like that kind of, to some people, it can be demotivating. Not that nothing in life is really supposed to be easy. Like, you don't want to get rich quick scheme, or, you know, you're not supposed to believe that, oh, if I just start doing something, I'm gonna get instant success. I get that aspect of it, but it can be discouraging sometimes, especially for someone like me, who I've been able to, a lot of stuff is easy for me. I've been able to learn things rather quickly. I've been able to see success in a lot of things. So it's a mentality thing. It's all the semantics, you know. Two people can have the same, you know, hear the same word, hear the same saying, but they take it differently. So for me, because so many things that I do is pretty easy, when I think of something as being hard, I think of it as being like extremely difficult, like something that's like insurmountable odds. Because me personally, I believe that anything that you do consistently, you practice and you try really hard at it, you will get good at it. So for me, a big thing for me was bowling. I never thought bowling was something hard to do. I always looked at it as if I just bowled more, I'd get good at it. So when I first started bowling, I couldn't even get a 100 score. I started practicing bowling. Now my highest bowling score is a 210, and I can, well, when I was bowling consistently, I could consistently hit about 150 score. So I mean, it's not incredible, but it's really good for, I guess, for just regular old people. As a bowler, it's not incredible, but also if I continue to bowl, I don't think it's hard to get up even higher scores. I think I just need more practice to do it. So I think of something being hard as something that if no matter how much you practice, you can't get good at it. So that saying can kind of mess me up. And I know there's a lot of other people out there too who, you know, a lot of stuff just isn't very difficult for you. School was pretty easy. I never had to study. It was, you know, it was simple. Sports were never too hard. I just went to the practice. I did the training that the coaches had, and that was about it. You know, I worked hard, but it wasn't that what I was doing was just so difficult and so challenging. So that's why I wanted to come in the video and just be some inspiration, be some help to people who are feeling like, you know, it's like when everybody else around you is telling you, oh, this thing is hard. This thing is hard. You know, I remember even back in high school, it was always like, oh man, chemistry is so hard. Chemistry is so hard. And then I finally got to chemistry and I'm like, yo, this shit ain't even that hard. All you have to do is just pay attention to what the teacher's saying. It's just like any other class. You know what I'm saying? So now you have people in the real world who are telling you, oh man, being a musician is hard. Being a content creator is hard. Being a business owner is hard. And it kind of messes with you because especially when I'm thinking, it's like, with all the stuff around me that's easy, you kind of forget, how can I say this? It's like when you get into the real world and you realize there's so many like average people or people who aren't, you know, people who aren't very good at a lot of things. And they start to tell you, oh, this such and such thing is hard. You start to kind of believe them because you don't have too much life experience. So, you know, I've never started a business before or anything like that. Well, I have now, but you know, you never started doing a business. You never started a business. You never started content creation. You never started music. So the only thing you know about it is other people saying, oh, this thing is hard. So it kind of stops you from wanting to do it because you're like, well, damn, well, if it's hard, then, you know, maybe I probably shouldn't do it or anything like that. And it's not like school where, you know, somebody will tell you chemistry's hard. You can't run from chemistry. That was a required class we had to take in order to graduate. So you didn't have that freedom of choice to say, well, you know what, if this thing is hard, I'm gonna stay away from it. You couldn't do that in school. But now that you're an adult, you have that privilege. So when they say, oh man, being a college athlete is hard, being a musician is hard, being whatever, and you can kind of say, oh, well, if it's hard, you know, maybe I'll just go do this other thing that I know isn't too hard. You know what I'm saying? And I really hate that mentality. I hate those limiting beliefs. And it just sucks that a lot of us, we kind of get sucked in, we get trapped into those because other people who, yeah, it was hard for you. It might be hard for a lot of people, but there's people out there who, you know, it's like for all of us people who are like me, who, like I said, and not trying to brag, but who are like, a lot of stuff isn't hard. I really, you know, a lot of people say life is hard. I don't think life is really that hard. Life throws different stuff at you that you have to deal with. But I've never really felt like life was too hard. I just felt like if it ever got to the point where life felt hard, that's just how I know that I'm doing the wrong thing. You know what I'm saying? If life is difficult, that just means you're doing something that you're not supposed to do. That's the only time where I believe that something is really hard. But when I look at anything in my life, none of it is really too difficult. But we get in these traps because other people who have more experience, who we think we should listen to, well, if they're saying it's hard and they know more than me, it must be hard. So let me stay away from that. So I wanted to come and make this video to tell you, and this isn't even just for people who life hasn't been too hard on them, or, you know, things haven't been too challenging, or you are a quick learner. This video is for anybody. But like I always say, these videos are me talking to myself, me talking through problems that I've been through. But you can't listen to these people who tell you, you know, such and such thing is going to be difficult. You know, maybe you just have to get up and do it. Like even me making this video, throughout all day, I've been thinking like, man, I need to go and I need to be productive. I haven't been doing anything too productive today. But I'm like, I don't know what to do. Like, I don't know what content to make. I know I'm supposed to, you know, I've been hearing the thing that, oh, being a content creator is hard. Being a brand, you know, creating a brand is hard. So I'm hearing these things like it's hard. You know, it's not easy. You can't do it. But in my head, I know personally, I'm like, no, if you actually work hard, nothing is really that hard. If you actually do what you're supposed to do, you can see great progress. But I'm thinking, I'm like, well, shit, what am I supposed to do though? You know, I don't have any video ideas. I don't have any, I know I'm supposed to make a video or do something productive or make a logo or something like that. Because I'm working on my brand too. So I know I'm supposed to do something, but I didn't really know what to do. So I'm sitting in bed and I'm like, fuck it, I gotta do something, man. I can't go throughout this whole day without doing any one thing productive. So I had to just turn on the camera. I just had to commit to it. I had to do it. And that's what you guys have to do as well. That's going to be the key to propel you wherever it is that you're trying to go. If you're trying to be a YouTuber, you can't sit there and think all day, what video should I make? I'm not inspired. I can't think of anything. If you're trying to write, if you're trying to be a writer, whether it be music or books or whatever, you writing articles, you can't think, what should I write about today? I don't know. I'm not really thinking of anything in my head. No, you need to write, because the more material that you write, the more videos you make, the more logos that you make, you're going to continue to improve. But if you say, I'm not going to make so if you make one logo every day, if you make one video every day or whatever, the more content you make, the better you're going to get if you're analyzing and actually trying to get better. But if you say, I'm just not going to make something today because I don't feel like it, and I'm not going to make nothing, I didn't feel like it all week, so I didn't make anything at all. You're going to see, when you look up 6 months from now, you're going to say, damn, I have 8 videos on my channel. All of them have like 2 views. None of them are really that good. But if you would have focused up and made a video like every day, there's no way you can make like 200 plus videos and you don't get, I don't want to make it seem like it's all about numbers, but there's no way you make, if you go 8 months making a channel, how do you only have 10 subscribers? That means you were doing something wrong. You know what I'm saying? So if you make a video every day, but also your quality, obviously there's more layers to it. But if you just commit to doing, okay, I'm going a little bit too fast. I'm rambling a little bit. Let me slow it down. Let me take it back. What I'm trying to say is, if you commit and you say, you know what, I'm just going to turn on this camera and make a video, even though I don't even know exactly what to make. I'm gonna turn on this camera for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever, and I'm gonna make something. If you do that every day and you look at the footage in the film and you say, okay, this was a good video. Maybe I need to edit a couple things out. Maybe I need to change a little bit of stuff, and then I can post this. You know, and if you make those videos every day, or you just be consistent and you look at ways that you can improve, there's no way that you can stay at only, you know, there's no way you only stay at 10 subscribers the whole time, because people are going to be able to look at your content and say, wow, this is good. They're going to watch more, and then they're going to like, subscribe, comment, all that. You're going to find some success as long as you continue to improve. I seen a video, Mr. Beast said, if you want to grow on YouTube, don't even expect to see any results within your first 100 videos, because they're not going to be great. But you have to go through that. You have to just turn on the camera and really get to work and do what you're supposed to do. And then on the 101st video, you know, first off, you should have improved amongst the first 100 videos. And then on the 101st, if you're not seeing the results still, then you might need to change something up. And that's how it goes. You know, if you want to be a musician, you need to go out there and write a song, write one song every day. It doesn't matter how shitty it is, how bad it is. Go out there and write a song or write a verse, write whatever. And then you look, you know, you study it and you find out, okay, I wrote that song yesterday. It sucks. It's going to suck. It's going to be terrible. It's not going to be good at all. Unless you just have natural gift and skill. Maybe you can write a really good song. But even then, if you're naturally skilled and gifted, it might be good to other people, but it's not going to be good to you, because you have to continue to improve. You know what I'm saying? And that's how life goes. You just have to continue to improve. Now, this part, though, is for the people who have seen success, who are pretty good, who are naturally talented and skilled. You might write something, you might create something, and you look at it, you say, man, this is shit, bro. Because you know that you didn't put too much effort into it. You know, you didn't really know what you were doing. But you might put out a product that's actually pretty, you know, it's solid. Because you have that natural gift, you have that natural skill, you have that natural ability, or you just have a natural, you know, it's like somebody who's low-key OCD, or they keep a really neat room, and, you know, you go in their room, you're like, oh my gosh, it's, you know, they'll be like, oh my gosh, I'm sorry, my house is dirty. And then you go in there, the bed is made, you know, like everything is neat, but maybe they didn't vacuum. But to you, you're like, whoa, what do you mean your house is dirty? This is so clean. This is cleaner than my whole house. But they're like, nah, this isn't good enough. This doesn't cut it. This isn't the standard. And that's what a lot of us go through who have a natural propensity towards greatness. We'll put something out on film that's really, you know, we put it together in 30 minutes. We put it together in an hour. And it's like, this is kind of shitty, bro. But everybody else who sees it, they're like, this is amazing. Like when I used to do presentations in high school, I had a couple, you know, I'd have some, I'd put it off, I'd procrastinate, I wouldn't put in any work. And then, you know, 3 days before the project is due, while everybody else is presenting, I'm on the Chromebook working on my project. And I'm like, ooh, this is low-key trash, bruh. You know what I'm saying? This low-key sucks. But I got to put something together and make it work. So I'm thinking, I'm like, damn, I might have the worst project in here. And then I see everybody else do their projects. I'm like, damn, that, like, well, I know I can do better than him. I can do better than him. I don't know if I'm going to do better than them because theirs is really good. And then I go out there and I perform and everybody's like, who had the best project? It was Vince. Vince had the best one. It's like, yo, how did I have the best project? I didn't even put any energy and effort into it. How did I get on the A on the test? I didn't even, I didn't even study. How did I do the best? Because you just have a natural propensity towards greatness. And it's not just me, it's you too. If you have that. Some of you got, you know what I'm saying? Some of y'all, you can't do shit right. But it's okay. It's because it's all about improvement anyways. No matter what your natural skill is right now, it's all about continuing to improve. But what I'm trying to say is for the people who have a natural propensity towards greatness, it's like, hey, you never know. You might pop off, you know, pretty quickly just because when you make something, it's usually pretty good. Even if you don't think it's good, a lot of other people will think it's good. So don't worry too much about, oh, I don't want to make a YouTube video because nobody's going to like it. You never know what people are going to like and dislike. So many artists will drop a bunch of art and, you know, they'll drop an album and the song that was their favorite that they made, you know, nobody really likes it that much. But the song that's kind of like their least favorite, they made it in, you know, an hour, 30 minutes or something. That might be the best, the biggest hit song on the album. And that's how it goes sometimes. I mean, look at Drake. He made a whole career out of that. putting little to no effort into music, and everybody loved it. You know what I'm saying? So shit, if you're trying to make some money, you know, sometimes you have to put it to the side a little bit. Your artistic values, because you still do need, if you're going to do music full time or you're going to do YouTube full time, sometimes you have to make some money. So you're going to have to follow a little bit of trends. Now, you don't have to make that your whole career, but sometimes you're going to have the songs, the videos that didn't take too much effort that you put out, and they might blow up. You know what I'm saying? And that's life. Look at Paramore on Riot. They hate, or maybe they don't hate it because it's their song, but Misery Business is like their least favorite song on the album, just because it kind of forces them into a box that they don't want to, you know, they don't want to be just a Misery Business band. They want to be, you know, they want people to appreciate everything, all of their art, but it's just like, oh, Misery Business, perform Misery Business. They don't want to do that, but that's how it happens sometimes. But also that song is what helps them become so popular and so great. So sometimes you have to, you know, the thing that you don't like, sometimes that's what blows you up. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes that's what, even if you don't like it that much, other people like it because you are, you know, you are more naturally talented and gifted. So anything that you do, you know, people will think it's the greatest thing since sliced bread. But the stuff that you think is the best, the only people who can truly appreciate it is probably going to be other, you know, other people who understand your talent, understand your vision and everything like that. But yeah, man, so turn on that camera, open up that notebook, open up that writer's book, open up that document, whatever. Start writing that essay, because the most important thing is that you start. If you don't, if I would have still decided to lay in my bed and not do anything all day, I wouldn't have produced anything of any type of value. But I just made a video right now that I hope it touched somebody's heart. I hope it touched somebody's mind. I truly hope this video inspired somebody to work hard, you know, to take action. You know, my last 3 videos pretty much have been about taking action. Maybe all my videos are like that, but I really want to inspire you guys to just start. Just take one step. What did Reznov say? He said, damn, what did he say? You know, the Vorkuta steps. Damn, what did Reznov say? He said, every journey starts with a single step. This is step 1. Secure the keys. You know what I'm saying? That's what Reznov said in Vorkuta. But yeah, so take that step, take action, do what you need to do. You might not, you know, you might not, or maybe you do. You know, that one video you posted, the thing, I mean, there's so many people who have made songs. And before I close out, that's one thing I want to mention too. It's always like, yeah, you know, well, this person blew up just by making, you know, content real quick. You know, the first video they ever made, the first song they ever made, it blew up really quick. You know, so you're like, maybe I should try hard. But then you listen to the people say, yeah, but that was a flash in the pan. That was a one-time thing. Like, everybody can't do that. But one thing you have to understand is you're not regular, dog. Like, you're that guy. Now, I'm not saying don't value hard work. You still need to work hard and everything like that. But if you think, oh, well, let me not try something because, you know, it takes 6 months to really blow up. It takes 2 years. It takes 3 years to get to where I'm trying to go. So I'll wait and I'll keep working at my regular job and, you know, I'll save up some money and then I'll start my YouTube. No, start it now because you could blow up tomorrow because you're like that. You're that type of guy. You don't put out shitty content. You know what I'm saying? You don't speak of low value things. You actually have value to provide to the world that a lot of people don't have that. So if you start going out and make those videos, you very well could just pop off just like that. You know what I'm saying? Your songs are good. Your articles are good. You could pop out and boom, you hit the ground running. Now, obviously, it's a flash in the pan that it's cool if you catch it, but now you got to throw some oil on that to keep it going. You can't just think that every video you make is just going to pop off and it's going to go crazy. But sometimes if that's what you need, you know, you dropped the one video, it didn't take you too much effort and it popped. And then you put even more video effort and you made another video. Maybe that one doesn't pop, but then the next 2-3 videos don't pop. But you're consistent and you're still getting better. And then video 4, 5, and 6, boom, pop, pop, pop. You know what I'm saying? Now you get some recognition. For something that you thought it was going to take you 6 months to get success at, you started doing it, and immediately you were able to find success because you are that, like, you are the guy. You have that natural given ability. Now, if you don't have that ability, it's cool. Still work hard and try to, you know, do what you need to do. But if you know that this video might be a little bit long, I'm remembering all the points that I was making yesterday. But I was, oh man, I forgot one of the points, but it'll come back to me. You are the guy. You have that natural gift. Oh, that's what I was going to say. You have a pool of past experiences that you can pick from to help you remember that you are the guy. And I want to preface this real quick too. You are the guy because God made you the guy. You know what I'm saying? You have these natural given gifts and abilities because God gave you those abilities. You've gone through the things that you've gone through. You've had the successes you had because God allowed you. I don't know if I mentioned this in a earlier video, but I always think about David when it was time for him to go up and slay Goliath. A lot of people think, oh, David was just some random dude and he just picked up the slingshot and boom, knocked off Goliath and killed him and everything like that. But if you look a little bit deeper into that story, you know, if you read the verses above, you'll realize when David was out there, he was like, hey, yo, who is this uncircumcised Philistine yelling at everybody? Because Goliath was like, he was basically talking trash to all of the Hebrews. Like, man, y'all ain't nothing. Like, I'm all big. Like, I'm giant. Y'all can't do nothing to me. So David was there and he's like, yo, who's this uncircumcised Philistine talking? Like, I'm about to deal with him. And they were like, the other Hebrews were like, yo, David, what are you doing, bro? Like, you can't take him on. Look at how big he is. And then David was like, dog, or let me rewind real quick. So they're like, David, you're just a shepherd boy pretty much. Like, how are you going to deal with him? And David is like, yeah, I'm a shepherd boy. I have to fight lions and tigers and stuff to keep my sheep, to make sure my sheep are straight. I have to fight lions and tigers. So you think I'm worried about this dude right here? Like, who is this dog? Like, you guys are worried about this dude. I fought lions and tigers. Watch this real quick. Boom. Hit him with that rock. Sliced his head off like that. That might be a little bit vulgar, but I don't care. That's what happened. But God prepared David. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like David was just some random dude. He just woke up one day and it was time for him to slay the giant. No, David had past experience in his life to give him the confidence to go out there and say, you know what? I'm going to go handle this. But also his faith in God. I mean, that's really number one. But God also put him through certain things so he could have the faith. You know what I'm saying? So never forget that. God is number one. The reason we have what we have is because of God. So when I tell you you are the guy, like you can do it, I don't want you to think, yeah, I can do it because of me. No, I want you to remember you can do it because of God. But God let you go through that other stuff so you could know. God already knew you could do it. That's why he appointed you to do it. But now it's you have to remember. So anyways, I'm thinking about all my past experiences, all the victories I've had. I'm pulling from, yeah, well, why am I worried about I might not have success? I had success in bowling quickly. I had success in sports. You know what I'm saying? I hopped on the soccer field and, you know, how is it that I can go play soccer with all my coworkers who they played soccer all their whole lives? And I've never touched a soccer ball, but I'm still more talented than a good amount of them. Just because I have that natural gift and ability that God gave me. You know what I'm saying? And with more training, you know, with more practice, I could be even better. But I scored a goal on them. I don't even play, you know what I'm saying? I don't even play soccer. You know, step on a basketball court, a football field. I got a personal training certificate in 30 days when, if you look online, it says it might take, 3 to 6 months. I did it in 30 days and I could have done it even faster. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have to study for the test and I got good grades, all this stuff. All this stuff that I can pull from, all these victories. So how is it that, I'm worried, like, man, I did door-to-door sales and, within my first week in the company, I was number 2 salesperson for the week in the whole company across the nation. I was number 2. So it's like, and all glory to God. Thank you, Lord Jesus, for allowing that stuff to happen. So it's like, I have so much stuff to pull from. So what makes this any different? How is YouTube any more difficult? How is music any more difficult, any more challenging than any of the other stuff I can do? I mean, if I could do that stuff, I could definitely do this. And this is something that I actually want to do, that I desire to do. It's not like, knocking on doors. I didn't really want to do that, but I ended up doing it, So go back into your memory bank and pool, you know, go in that pool of all the victories that you've had in your life, no matter how big or small you might think they are. Just remember all the times that you've won, all the things that you're good at, all the skills and abilities you have. Anytime you've learned a new skill, and use that for your confidence to help you understand, hey, it's my turn. And if you never had those type of skills, no types of gifts or abilities, you know what I'm saying? It don't matter. This will be your first one. This next thing that you're trying to do, this is going to be it. You got to put the hard work and put all your faith in God and say, you know what, God, I don't, you know, maybe you haven't had enough faith in your whole life leading up to this to say, you know what, you know, maybe God hasn't really brought you through anything yet that you can really think of. But now's your opportunity to put your faith in God and say, God, your word says I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So please strengthen me to do this. Trust him at his word and, you know, operate like it's already happened. Operate like you've already won. You know what I'm saying? Work hard like you already know what's going to happen and watch what God does for you. And that's going to be that first victory in that pool to where you realize, oh, wow, God does have my back. God really has blessed me and let me do great things for his name's sake. So now the next thing that you can do, you can give him glory. And then the next thing you do, you give him glory. And then the next thing you do, you give him glory. Because that's what it's all about. And you can help more people and you can be an asset. You know what I mean? But that's about it, man. I don't want to make this video wrap up too long. I mean, I don't want to let this video drag on too long or anything like that. Okay, I have one more example. Okay, I couldn't help it. I just had to give it to you guys. One more, and then I'm gonna close it up. But just turning on this camera and speaking, it makes me remember about last year when I was going to start my own clothing brand. It was gonna be called Warray. You know, Warray Joe. It's gonna be called Warray. And I was like, I had all my faith in God at the time. Like, I was on fire, like, going crazy. Like, because I was in such a down place where I'm like, God, I need you so bad to pull me out of this. So I was trusting and relying on God 100%. So I was like, you know what? I believe you, God. Let me go work. Let me go kill it. So I came up with an idea to start a clothing brand. I told my friends about it so we can all get in on it so I can get a little bit of help. And, you know, we could do big stuff. So I'm telling them, look, fam, like, I see people making these clothing brands. Like, we can do that too. And it's not that hard. Like, all we have to do is really what? Make a website, promote our, you know, make a website, make a couple of cool designs. You know what I'm saying? I mean, look at all the clothes we're wearing right now. None of it is that special. This is a shirt with literally a butterfly on it on the sleeves. And I'm pretty sure this shirt was in Forever 21. You know what I'm saying? It's in big stores. You know how many compliments I've gotten on this shirt when I've never really thought it was that crazy, but so many people love the shirt. So we can put a butterfly on a shirt and put it on the sleeves. You know what I'm saying? We can do that. We can make, so it's not that hard to make a cool design. We make a website. I mean, you know, how long, I can make a website in a day. You know what I'm saying? Make a website, make some designs, and then just go out there and promote it. I was telling them we can go out, we can talk to people, get some people to follow us on Instagram, show them the clothes. You know, if all of us can go out and talk to, you know, 5 people a day for a month, there's 3 of us. So 15, you know, if we can get 15 followers on Instagram a day, what is 15 times 30? That is 450. We'll get 450 followers on Instagram. You know, get a little bit of traction. You know what I'm saying? Post them. Now, maybe everybody who follows might not buy, but you get what I'm saying. I'm saying it's not that hard. And maybe Instagram, maybe that wouldn't be the best tactic to try to get the followers, but it's at least starting something. So I'm trying to tell them, even if, whatever we do, as long as we just start this, if you guys can get in with me and commit and say, let's start doing this thing, and then we can sort out all the details later, we can do big. And they're like, nah, man, you know, we can't do that. You can't make a website in a day. I'm like, I can make a website. I'm telling you right now, I can go make a good website in a day. And I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Like, don't even test me right now. Like, you're testing God. That's pretty much what I told him. Like, I'm going to make this website. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing it for God. So he basically told me I couldn't make a website in a day. So I was like, that pissed me off. And I was fired up. I had to make the website. I did it in like a day or two. So I did that to try to prove to him and show him, like, look, fam, I'm telling you, like, we can really do this. Like, all this stuff that we think is so hard, is so challenging, it's so far away, it's a lot closer than we could possibly ever think or imagine. It's just up to us to go take it and go grab it. So I was trying to tell them that, but they wouldn't listen. So I proved them, showed them I made the website. He's like, wow, that's crazy you made a website. And I'm like, all right, cool. This must be the turning point. Like, they're probably going to buy in now. And they're still like, no, man, like, you know, it's going to be too hard. And how are we going to make designs? I don't know graphic design. I'm like, we can pay people to make a design. You know what I'm saying? It's not that hard. We can come up with stuff. We can get someone to make a design. You know, all we need is a couple shirts. And, you know, how are we going to sell the shirts? We can either sell it online or we can actually go out in public and go sell it or whatever. Trying to explain to them. And they're like, well, I have a friend. He had a clothing brand. And he said that it took him 6 months to come up with his first design. And I'm trying to tell them, dog, it shouldn't take you that long to come up with one design. No disrespect. Obviously, creative processes take different amounts of time. But that's that like hesitation. That's like, well, maybe I shouldn't start. You know, 6 months and you can only come up with one design. Like, come on, dog. If you would have, like, you just need to throw stuff at the wall and find out what sticks. You know what I'm saying? Your first design you make is never going to be your best anyway. So why take 6 months to make something when you can make something right now that can sell, that can do good? You know, you look at all, I mean, look at this hoodie right here. It literally says Bay Area. That's it. That's all it says is Bay Area. And I'm sure it sold plenty. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing special about it. How come we can't make clothes like that? Somebody will buy it. You know what I'm saying? So we can make simple designs too. It shouldn't take you 6 months to, you know, really get the ball rolling. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't take you 6 months to make one design. But if you start, the whole point I'm trying to make is you need to start now, and then you will have, you know what I'm saying? When 6 months does come, you'll be way farther along than the guy who waited 6 months to start, rather than when you started now. So that's what I tried to explain to them. They didn't listen, and I listened to them, and I ended up not starting the brand. I regret it because that was a whole year ago now, and I'm just thinking, what if I would have started? What if I would have just, you know, went in? What if I really would have went in and really went hard on my brand a year ago? How much farther along would I have been? What if I would have went hard for my YouTube channel, my content a year ago? Where would I be right now? You know what I'm saying? But we're always trying to hesitate. We're always trying to say, oh, maybe I should get a real job. Maybe I should whatever. Whatever that thing is that you're passionate about, take action on it right now. No matter how far away you think that goal is, it's a lot closer than you think. But no matter how far away it is, go after it like it's right there. Like you're just 2-3 steps away. You know, because waiting, you know, taking longer to go chase it, it's not gonna help you. If somebody says, you know, if there's somebody who says, hey, if you catch me, I'll give you $1 million. And you say, okay, I'm gonna start chasing him in 6 months. By the time 6 months come, he's gonna be way farther, dog. That's not gonna help you out. You start chasing him now. Maybe that wasn't the greatest analogy, but you get what I'm trying to say. But, yeah, in conclusion, take that action. Go after whatever it is that you're trying to achieve. Go hard. Don't let nobody stop you. Don't listen to the naysayers. And even if you don't get exactly where you want to be in the time period that you thought you were, you're going to be way farther along than if you would have just waited to start later. You know what I'm saying? But that's all I got to say, man. As always, make sure you like, subscribe, comment for the algorithms, as well as watch another one of my videos. Watch a video, dog. It won't hurt you. You know what I'm saying? That really helps boost the algorithms and everything like that. But other than that, man, I appreciate you guys for watching. I really hope I impacted somebody on that other side of the camera. I truly do love you guys. And I would hope to hear that love back in the comments. But other than that, I'm going to check you later.